If you've ever had this feeling that something was terribly wrong with the world that we live in, but you couldn't figure out just what it was, then you've come to the right place. Secret societies, mystery religions, and the Illuminati have been controlling our reality since the beginning of time. But not anymore, because there is an awakening happening, and you are about to become a part of it. Wake up, because this is a call for an uprising.
This is a call for an uprising. Welcome to today's show. I needed to cover this video because it's trending in the mainstream about that big red douche, Satan. And this time it is Sinead O'Connor. You might say, who? Yeah, well, most people think that. She's most famous for ripping the picture of the Pope on Saturday Night Live, and her song, Nothing Compares to You, which is a remake of a Prince song. So there's where you connect the dots. Sinead O'Connor has come out and said that Prince was a Satanist and in the occult. Nothing to see here, folks. Drop the mic. We're all done. We're all crazy people, right? And they constantly are talking about Satan, the occult. We almost hear it every other day, right? From Satan shoes, the same being mentioned in the media over and over and over, to all these musicians singing about God and the devil. But Christianity, they tell you, is fake. The Bible's fake, but they seem pretty obsessed with it. And that's how they work the people. They continue to tell you what the truth is, yet everybody continues to think that we were born out of an anus of a rock, apparently, aka evolution, or whatever the heck the theories are that they claim that are absolutely laughable. They're so bad that I've actually dismissed them from my brain. Anyway, let's get into this with Sinead O'Connor. Let me read you what she said, and then I'm going to show you how I know that that Prince is actually in the occult. And no, for people out there who say, well, Prince was not in it, because, look, you like his music? Hey, you can like his music all you want. The simple fact of the matter is these people are all in it, and they show you that they're in it. And just because Prince came out and talked about chemtrails once does not mean he's a truther and was trying to get away. Just because he wrote the word slave on his face once and had no reference to him trying to escape, it was referencing the fact that he's a slave to Satan and this system and has handlers, because they all do. Let's start with Sinead here, or however you say the name. You can see the headline. Lots of the headlines, actually. With O'Connor here, accusing Prince of being involved in devil business, and said he was violent with her during a pillow fight. A little bit bizarre, which obviously kind of almost takes this whole thing and makes it laughable in a sense, because people will be like, oh, he's being dramatic, Well, I'll show you inside Prince's home to show you that I know he's in the occult. But the 54-year-old singer says she was summoned to the late music icon's home for a meeting in 1991 after she had enjoyed global success with the cover of his song, Nothing Compares to You. And she's now claimed in her newest memoir, remembering that the irises of Prince's eyes, in her newest memoir, she remembers that the irises of Prince's eyes disappeared as he guarded the front door of his property in Hollywood. Pretty much saying that he was under demonic possession, which most of these people are. They summon demons to possess them. Usually around 3 o'clock in the morning is when this occurs. And this isn't just, I'm not just saying that because all the songs about 3 a.m. when they're pretty much telling you that, right? From Eminem, 3 a.m., becoming demonically possessed in his video, just flat out telling you to. You see my video, obviously, on 3 a.m. If you haven't, I recommend you check it out. I think I had recently uploaded it on my deleted channel. So it was deleted. I could re-upload it here. I'll probably just put it on my website at callforuprising.com, so you could check it out over there. I definitely recommend you check it out and check out the website. Again, it's well worth it. So she's saying that his eyes disappeared as he guarded the front of her property. This would be known as demonic possession when you're, there goes your eyeball kind of a thing, right? She said, discussing the moment in an interview at the time, she said, that is as true as God, she says. I believe he was involved in devil business because an old girlfriend of his told me that he had the power to make stuff move around the room. She didn't say stuff, but let's just pretend. Stuff move around the room. She said, he got me up there to see, and she said he was saying, could this be one of mine? I guess he didn't bank on the Irish and me telling him to go F himself. All right, getting a little feisty there. Now, Sinead, of course, like I said, known for Sinead, whatever, known for ripping the picture of the Pope. We got Jesuit written all over Sinead, so let's not be, she's I believe she's a Catholic, Orthodox Catholic is what she is. So she's claiming that these things happen. We always hear these stories, right? But we're all crazy. We have, I mean, how many videos do I have for those of you who have subbed to my channel for years about this stuff? Like Mariah Carey, you know, her sister coming out and claiming they were involved in rituals as children and that Mariah worshipped. I mean, celebrity after celebrity after celebrity, not to mention the signs and the symbols, which is obviously the code to show you who these people worship and what they're all about. So let's take a look. These pictures were released after Prince passed, and I covered this many moons ago, and it's worth looking at again because it's hilarious. Remember they did the Super Bowl thing for Prince? Right? That's a first telltale sign. It was a huge ritual at the Super Bowl for Prince, honoring Prince with Justin Timberlake, and they had Prince up in the, his, what was supposed to be him with his symbol, his phallic symbol or whatever. And of course it looked like Satan. Remember the shadow with the tail? You could see it, right? Big ritual at the Super Bowl for him. They wouldn't do that if he was somebody who was on the outs trying to leave, all that kind of stuff, all right? Now, they could have offed him as the ritual for them, which is usually what happens. Because remember, when they take the blood oath and they're in these secret societies together, part of the contract that they agreed to is at any time, you know, they're going to be asked to give a sacrifice. They could be the sacrifice. They could be someone else's sacrifice, which happens a lot too. And then you see some other musician pushed prominently. You would never really know who it was. And obviously Justin Timberlake was already pretty big at the time of doing the Super Bowl, but it was a ritual. So we start with Prince, right? You got all the album covers. So this is a good telltale sign to know that he was in the occult. Unless he just loves hiding his one eye, which is his good side and bad side, folks. I guess he doesn't. Look, there we go. There's 4 album covers where he's doing the eye symbols, but that's a coincidence, right? Every time he's taking the photo, he's like, I just want half my face in. That's what I want. Or how does he talk? I just want half my face in. Please, just half. I want my eye cut out. And I'm going to put my hand over my eye because I've never seen that before. Oh, is there a montage with every celebrity doing that? Sure is. And why do they all do it? They all hate that specific, they hate their eye. They like one eye, not 2. Mm-hmm. Why is it on the back of the dollar bill? Oh, yeah, Luciferian worship. All right, so let's take a look inside his house. First thing to see, other than the fact that Prince is a narcissist because he's got many photos of himself. Could you imagine? He's got his logo and photos of himself all over his walls. Right? He's got his logo on the ground and he's got pictures of himself in his house. And of course, you see the moon and the crescent moon, right? And the stars, like the Baphomet, the crescent moon, the stars. Could you imagine? Like what would you do if you came to my house and I had a call for an uprising, the logo for my channel on the floor? Now, I get it. Prince is obviously rich and famous and all that stuff. But, I mean, how narcissistic do you have to be? Let alone posters of yourself. I mean, he's so vain, they probably wrote a song about it. Okay, let's keep going here. All right, so you see the crescent moons, right? The black and white tile. He loves it, too. He can't get enough of the black and white tile. Man, it is just the fashion trend right now. Black and white tile in his whatever room this is. Black and white tile in his kitchen. This is the esoteric crap. Your good deeds outweigh your bad, as above, so below. Always will be seen in these people's music videos and homes and on their clothing. Not because it's a fashion trend. That's the Masons aren't doing it because it's a fashion trend inside of their lodges. It's symbolic to them. And that's why there's a Mason lodge in every town in America, because there's Satanists in every town in America. Here we go. Ready? This is a good one. Ready? Drum roll. As we move through Prince's home, what does he have? Oh, a huge eyeball. Prince, add him to the list. Failed optometrist turned massive musician, millionaire, billionaire. All he wanted in life was to be an optometrist. Things didn't work out. Just like the rest of these guys. These optometrists are supposed to be hauling in the cash because it's hard. Apparently, it's really hard to become one. Worshipping the eye, folks. So who would have this in their living room other than an occultist? There it is on the big screen, the giant eye. Or, you know, he loves eyes. He loves the women's eyes. He loves eyes. I mean, give me a break, right? Always see the black and white. Always see the all-seeing eye symbolism. And like I said, you see the crescent moon and the stars throughout it's rugged throughout his home. In addition to his logo. And like I said, you see him at the ceremony there with the devil's tail, which shows you his ritual. The whole thing was a ritual. Of course, Justin Timberlake inside the ritual circle or the magic circle when he did it. And Prince, of course, with all the symbolism with the all-seeing eye constantly all the time with the hand over the eye. Look, these are telltale giveaways. So this woman's not lying. And look, is she in it? I don't know. You know, who am I to say with some of these people? It's not like she's a household famous name. She became famous for covering a song, and no one's ever heard from her since for the most part. But she is on the Today Show. She is getting massive news, so I don't know if they want that out there or not. But the simple fact of the matter is Prince is an occultist. And you hear these celebrities constantly talking about Satan worship and people being in the occult, and everybody just rolls their eyes and thinks it's fake. No, it's pretty real. Listen to the lyrics of songs. When they're talking about love, they're not talking about girlfriends. They're talking about their love of Satan. They talk about Satan and God, and they talk about, breakups and stuff like that. They're referencing God 99% of the time, not some girl that no one knew, okay? Or some guy that no one knew. This is the occult. This is how they operate. Right in front of our faces, universal law. They show you, they tell you, yet no one believes it. Pretty incredible. I want to remind everyone to check out the website at callfornuprising.com. It's $2.99 a month. Well worth it. Please consider becoming a member. If you're not, I want to thank the Patrons for being here. Your support means the world to me. I appreciate you guys so much. And everyone who's here on YouTube, I'm trying my best to stay here on YouTube. Kind of stinks starting the channel off, kind of buried channel, going back to that. But my dedication to getting, helping people wake up is very, very strong. So I'm just going to keep trying to plug away. I hope people consider joining the website, becoming patrons, or just watching the ads. It helps go a long way. So thank you guys for all the support. Hopefully the content's been up to par, and we'll see you soon. Thanks again for listening. God bless all of you and your families.